ከታተሉን ጋብዛለን።
They are posing a very good challenge to the other big challengers and contenders, the African champions Senegal. And they've all got quality enough to be able to take this match. They just haven't used it correctly. The Netherlands side having missed some very good chances in the first half of this game. And the Senegalese side not having created enough of them, but also not having had a good finish to most of what they created. So with that in mind, then it's possible that we're going to have a more competitive second half than we did in the first one. The physical challenge and also the stake in the midfield will be more contested in this half than it was in the first half. Starts off with a throw-in then that has been given to the Dutch side. Van Gaal's men would want to give a good show of themselves because they have had a performance that got them just near the World Cup but didn't get them the World Cup in 2010 and in 2014, finishing third. And they've had a very good run coming into this, not tasting defeat at all. Finishing top of their group with 23 points from 10 matches was a very, very good record. But then again, they say that's what statistics are for. They count for just that. On the field of play, statistics don't count. It's the 90 minutes that count. It only becomes important statistics after the match. And that's why we've got to concentrate now for the next 45 minutes to see who's going to get the maximum points out of this one to join or to take over from Ecuador at the top of this group. Is it going to be Netherlands or is it going to be Senegal? That's a big question. Oh, they're now looking for a better transition from the midfield. Every time they have the ball, the Dutch side that is, trying to chip it past the right flank. Doesn't quite work out for them. Abdou Diallo then sends it forward. Well, it's a question of who blinks first and who takes the opportunities first here. Looking for a chance to move forward, but they're looking for support as well. You could see a little bit of a lack of confidence by the time he was handling the ball and trying to look for support from behind him. Oh, it almost looked like Boulaye Dia, the man who's on loan at Salernitana in Italy. Wasn't very confident going out there for that attack.
Not at all. I think that Senegal need a pass leading to goal scoring opportunity. That's what they've played. They've had the ball more than the Holland team, but they've not been dangerous up front. I think with Holland, they've threatened, but also not had a clean cut.
Well, not in the second half yet. They haven't threatened at all in the second half. So
the first half,
in the first half, all right. Let's
we just started the second half.
We go to the second half now and see what will be happening then. And Boulaye Dia just missed a chance there. Didn't go for it. Senegal will have to muscle up a little bit of confidence as well to be able to go up at the front. The back line is staying very steady from the Dutch side. That's not a very good clearance coming in from Andres Noppert, who's just got his first cap for the Netherlands in today's game. One place for Aaron Veen. I'm talking about the goalkeeper. A good approach by the Senegalese side, not realizing they've got space in the midfield. If he wants to switch, then Nampais Mendy, man from Villarreal, is the one who's doing the distribution. That's him again on the ball. Oh, it's going to be tough to try and get through Ake. He's marshalling the defense there. This time round on the left side of the defense. They had managed to shift the attack totally from that area, but it looks like it's also the preferred area of attack by the Senegalese side. This should be Johnson who was going for it. Joining the attack again from behind, getting into the box. This one is going to go out for a corner. The last touch was by Senegal. Inadvertently touched out as the run was in the offing by Denzel Dumfries. simply sandwiched him and cut him off that ball with Kalidou Koulibaly part of that defense at that time. It's going to be a corner. It is for the Netherlands. Well, lifted high up, Mendy this time rising to the occasion and picking it up. What is your gut feeling in this second half, Charles?
There must be a goal. There must be a goal. There must be to change the dynamics.
We hope that there's going to be a goal. But what's your gut feeling? What do you think should happen? What should Netherlands do? What should Senegal do?
Well, I think if you look at the first half, what has happened, mostly Senegal, like I said, has have the ball most of the time than Holland, but they haven't looked dangerous, and so they need a clear cut to score.
What about the Dutch side? What do they need?
The Dutch side have threatened the Senegalese, but not being able to, not efficient enough to score. It has been a balanced game.
Playing it back to Andres Norbert in goal. And he starts it again on the side with Nathan Ake. It's better passing. It's only a foul as the advantage is also lost. Very close range. It's been a candidate for those kind of attacks. Steven Bergwijn, very solid man in the midfield. Plays for PSV Eindhoven. 9 caps to his credit. Has already scored 3 goals for the national team as well. Will be looking around for where to take the ball to, decides to switch the play onto the right side. Oh, Diallo suddenly makes up for his lack of height in the stockiness that he has as well, and stops his opposite number 22 Denzel Dumfries from moving further on. Creates a foul in the process, has got an interception on this one that sends it out for a corner. Well, unless something changes, it's going to be a corner here. Diallo again is the man who occasioned it, puts his foot in the way of that cross that was intended to come off the feet of Cody Gakpo. Five orange jerseys in the box waiting for it. Again, very nicely weighted as well, but Mendy just make sure that he's got it covered right up to the crossbar. Gunn is always writing notes, isn't he?
Yeah, he's always getting...
Even when he's at club football.
He's always like that. He's always... But in this situation, I think it's wrong to get Gueye to mark Van Dijk. It's too short for him. Yeah. And Van Dijk has been able to get the ball on several occasions, but he's not got the direction.
I'm sure they've noticed that as well, and they need to do something about it. But everybody in the box, we know it is man-to-man marking, so everybody takes their man. I think there must be a reason why they have opted to have it in that direction. This is Kalidou Koulibaly. The advantage is still with the Senegal side, so Youssef Sabali. Real Betis is the man who was trying to move it forward. They're playing it well in the midfield, but the transition from the midfield up at the front is still yet to be visible. Maybe now it will be seen then. Again, the header just not on target. Here is an advance close to the area by Youssef Sabali, but it's blocked off by Blind out for a corner. Oh, it's Ake actually who had a touch on it. Not a corner though, it's a throw-in. And Sabali is the man to take it. Again, Ake will have a touch on it to make it a throw-in. Senegal continued to push forward. They also look like they were boxing themselves into that corner. Now maybe it's good to create a little bit of space, but progressively would be a better idea. They obviously want to draw out the midfielders of the Netherlands side to come out. That's usually the danger. When the loss of ball comes like that, then you got nothing else to work with. 55 minutes of play. Senegal 0, Netherlands 0. It's cut out for a throw in this one. It's going to be for Netherlands. Again, trying to come in through the right side, using Cody Gakpo. Stylish attempt to try and get onto that ball is cleared by Koulibaly, and a foul here on Ismailia Diarra. Yellow card, the very first one that is coming off this game. It was time for the referee to start controlling the game, wasn't it?
I should think so. But I'm not too sure if let's see it again. I'm not too sure if it's really a foul.
Well, the referee says it's a foul, and there it is. It's a push from behind. It's a knee right up the back. That was definitely going to get a card. The stylish attempt here by Vincent Janssen. I'm not exactly sure whether he was trying to get over Kalidou Koulibaly or he was actually trying to get, into a stylish leap over the ball. Senegal will start the build-up again from their side. Now they are working with the spaces. They're too far apart, opting for long balls. I don't know if that's a change of strategy that they have discussed at halftime, to go for the long balls now instead of the short ones. It's out to the right side, with Denzel Dumfries playing it back to his defenders. Seems to be the same. Throw them out and then go for a counter-attack. Senegal now have 3 men up at the front, looking for a chance to change the ball onto the side. Ake heads it out for the Netherlands. Another chance here to try and go for a shot then. But they decide not to take a far one. Diallo brings it here. Then again, a missed chance on the right side. The ball rolling right through everybody else, with Diatta missing it. You could say that he didn't arrive there on time.
No, they didn't. They need, with Senegal, like I said, somebody who could put the ball in and somebody who could make the moment of magic, to happen. Because they're doing well. They're not too bad at all. But up front, doesn't look like do something.
It needed a little touch, just a toenail kind of touch, for it to change direction at that moment. Again, this would call for a little bit of communication as well between the midfielders and the forwards. The Senegalese side seems to be getting frustrated as well as they move forward and don't get the kind of results they expect. And that would play into the hands of the Dutch side. Dumfries chips it into the box, get it out. Well, literally having enough men to be able to defend this. Goes out for a corner, shielded out for that purpose. Miss in this game. Steven Bekoul's shot. So a corner is in the offing. Well, Charles, you were telling me something about Gakpo.
Yeah.
Is he Ghanaian?
Yeah. Either the mother or the father is from Ghana.
Oh, he's Dutch.
Yeah, I know, but he's mixed.
He's playing for Netherlands.
Yeah, I know.
So he's Dutch.
Yeah.
Did you call him?
We almost invited him.
Almost. You didn't? Did you invite him?
Yeah, we made the effort, but he said no.
How many years ago?
Just a year ago.
So he was still a junior at that time, was he?
Yeah, he was an upcoming star.
Now he's played for the senior national team.
Yeah.
He cannot change now, cannot play for Ghana anymore. Okay. So Gakpo has got his roots in Ghana, was invited to the Ghanaian national team just a year ago, I'm reliably informed. Opted to play for the Netherlands side. This is going to be a corner. Right foot in swinger. Lovely. Mendy is off his line. Keeps to the rules of goalkeeping. If you go for the ball, you must touch it. And manages to punch it out of the way. Right in the face of Dumfries. Going to be a throw-in on the other side. I think there's going to be a substitution as well. So the very first substitutions that are being made in this game start with the Dutch side. So Johnson will be the first one to be off the field of play. His place is taken by Memphis Depay, man who plays for Barcelona. 81 caps, he's on to his 82nd cap. He's scored 42 goals so far for the Dutch side, and he probably is being looked at to be able to make the goals. Diallo also exits the stage for the Senegal side. His place will be taken by Jacobs. Ismail Jacobs applies his trade for Monaco. So again, two very experienced players on the field in the first changes of this game. I think Diallo has already done very well for this team so far. Just needed to take a little relax now. Jacobs only on his third cap for the Senegalese national team. Into the midfield, and with a little bit of a run by Senegal. They got only two men on that right side. They'll look for support from behind, and finding it from Youssef Sabali. Again, they have to play it all the way back. Kalidou just sends it onto the left side of the attack. That should be the new man who's just fitted like a glove into the left side there where Diallo was playing. Again, this doesn't go in their direction at all. In terms of stadium noise, this would be a very quiet stadium because there's no singing and dancing at the moment. Not even from the Senegalese side. The expectations have been dampened a little bit. It will light up should there be a goal. The orange side as well is at the moment not lighting up at all. It's picked up now by Senegal. They've got four men up at the front. A little through ball here and a Tana! Very fast shot that is on target by Blaidia, forcing the goalkeeper and his Nobat into a save. A might just be the best move so far as well that has been executed by Senegal in a counter-attack situation. A good turn, Charles, by all standards, isn't it?
Very, very good turn. He didn't even have enough time to prepare. On the run, he made an attempt, and I think it was a very good effort.
Well, Bulaya Dia suddenly almost changing the scoreline here. And Senegal camping in that area, trying to keep it in play. Oh, this is already rolled off the field of play, I think, says the referee. It's going to be a goal kick. Yep, the whole of the ball must cross the line. And yes, the whole of the ball did cross the line. These two teams can very easily cancel each other, Charles.
Yes.
For everything, for the midfield control, for the defense, for the attack as well.
Especially the midfield. You know, anytime there's something dangerous, it's always from the midfield. Dijon lost the ball, and it looked dangerous.
There's a chance for a cross. Handball. You would say, well, the referee, I think, spotted it. Yes, it did. Infringement would have been a difficult one to spot from that direction. There it is, look at the right hand. And a foul as well that has been given there. And at that moment, apart from the handball, I think the referee decided to give it out for a foul as well. Dumfries was ready to strike and to end it. Another substitution coming from Aliou Cissé of Senegal. Plotting, looking like plotting for war here. You know, talking about where the enemy is and what we are going to do and how we should do it. We should see it in their eyes. Aliou Cissé is smelling a win here, and he wants to introduce somebody who can be able to get the win. They seem to be preparing Bamba Dieng, a 22-year youngster who plays for Marseille. He's the one on the touchline there. Mendy's getting more involved in what's going on in that defense as well, playing like a fifth defender. He likes to move up and down in that area. That has been the hallmark of his game all through. Well, that turn again, quite on instinct by Bulaya Dia. Almost did catch the goalkeeper Andres Norbert off his line. And even the direction it was going to, you generally expect a shot coming in from that right side to be sprawling across the goal, but it didn't. Here's the substitution then. Dia is out, and Bamba Dieng comes into play. Hoping that it will light up the forward for the Senegalese side. This is a very unnecessary foul from coming on to Kouyaté. Or was it just a bad turn that forced him down? Well, you and I have got a chance to see it again. Well, Freddie de Jong suddenly did have a little push of one of the most painful places to ever be pushed on. Yeah, Charles, you know that's a painful place to be.
Yeah, I know. Especially when the ball hits there.
It's only when anything hits there, it's painful.
I can understand.
You can. So that's why it's gone down there. That's testimony to the heat in Qatar in this World Cup. It suddenly looks like that little injury has occasioned an unwarranted change, a forced change. Probably aggravated an earlier injury, if you ask me.
Exactly, yeah.
Coming off the hands of Freddie de Jong and straight into Cheikhou Kouyaté. And the man from Nottingham Forest has come off the worst of it.
It could have been a muscle problem.
There's no doubt about it that they're going to make a change here. Senegalese fans, this must have been a very rehearsed, choreographed kind of support for the side that will go on whether or not the scoreline is in their favor. I just like the fact that they are assuring Sekou Kouyaté that everything's going to be okay and that they'll do everything possible to make sure that they win it for him. But this 70th minute change is a forced one on Aliou Cisse. But that tells you of how physical the game has been all through, especially in the second half.
It has been physical from the beginning till now, especially in the midfield. And they've all managed to do well in that area. A lot of fights. It's just unfortunate that he's out of the game because he's really on top of his game, helping his side.
The immobility that is being witnessed with Sekou Kouyaté's posture on that stretcher tells you of a pain, and one that is meant to be stationary, not moving around, just for it to be able to be okay. I'm not giving you a medical explanation of what has happened. I'm just saying he can't move his leg, and that means it must be very painful. They brought in Papa Gueye, the 23-year-old who's getting his 13th cap, plays for Marseille, has not scored a goal at all for his side, but still has had a taste of professional soccer in France. And he's a midfielder. So I think it's going to be fitting into exactly what Sekou Kouyaté was doing. On the left side with just about 3 people here, and a chance for a shot. This one blocked off by the goalkeeper. It's the best so far that has come off this game, and it comes off Idrissa Gueye, forcing Andres Noppert into a save. Looked like nothing really, but he had the perfect position and perfect chance as well. Was smacked it as hard as he could. Didn't get it squarely with the top of the boot though. And that could have slowed it down a bit. But we have to give credit to the goalkeeper as well.
Of course, it was just, unfortunately, it went direct to him, but it was a very good attempt.
You would say that the predatory instincts of the strikers on the Senegalese side are probably being awakened at the moment, because they are using it. For once, Ake didn't look like he was anywhere close to stopping anything that was coming in his direction. Oh, this is Gabko. As well couldn't stop this strike by the African champions. Well, some people have talked about Senegal missing the runner-up in the Ballon d'Or in this game. Do you think so?
No, not really.
You don't think they have missed Sadio Mane?
Of course, they have.
Yeah, that's the man I'm talking about. He was the runner-up for the Ballon d'Or.
Of course, yeah. Sorry, I didn't get that.
You think they've missed him?
Of course, they have. But it's up to the other guys to stake a claim and make a statement for themselves. And so far, we've not really seen that. There hasn't been any claim cut.
Well, for once, the defense looking a little bit shaky on the Netherlands side, every time the Senegalese side is approaching, they must have trained expecting Sadio Mane to be there, and then when now the tactics change, they find a little bit of a confusion on who to follow. Need to organize themselves in attack as well. That was a hurriedly taken shot, wasn't it, Charles? Didn't take it very well and lifted the ball high up instead of having it on target. Should have angled it down a bit. Koulibaly doesn't clear it this time round. Quick clearance, comes off on the left side to send it up for a corner. The substitute Ismail Jacobs just making sure that he keeps checks on Denzel Dumfries. So much as to occasion the corner. This is the most common warnings that are given by the referees every time there's going to be a corner. There's always someone pushing on the goalkeeper or pushing on the defenders. Target. They've got all their men up at the front, the orange side. Tells you of the pressure that they want to exert to be able to try and get a goal in this one. On to the left side. Dangerous header there. It's going to be given to the Senegal side. There's a lot of pressure on these players there. Pressure is very palpable, and for Denzel Dumfries, that looked like he was going to actually strike with a fist on the back there, and he's lucky that that wasn't deemed to be much worse than it was. That's the earlier shot by Idrissa. That was blocked off by the goalkeeper, Andres Norbert. Yeah, feeling is the same around Africa. I believe everybody's feeling.
Telling you.
It happens all the time, doesn't it?
It is.
I'll tell you for sure that other coaches will be watching this game with a lot of intent. Senegal will face Qatar on Friday at this same stadium, Al Dumana Stadium. And the Netherlands will take on Ecuador later the same day at Khalifa International Stadium. So you would expect that you would see the coaches, Sanchez and Alvaro, in the stadium somewhere watching them very closely to know how their opponents are playing. Now the substitution in the offing, Madrid has gone off and Klaassen has come in his place. So two substitutes then. Teon Koopmeiners and Klaassen have come into play now.
Matches can be won from the bench as well, because they've given 5 subs, which is also good for coaches.
So they can be won from there?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, I think if you make tactical changes and very good changes, they could just get to the result that you want as well.
Exactly.
So we hope that David Klaassen, who's one of the men who's been brought into play by Louis van Gaal, can be able to live up to that expectation. And Teon Koopmeiners as well. This time as well, tired legs on the field and tired minds as well, thinking about the best way to be able to get the better of this game. The Dutch side relying very heavily on experience as well. David Klaassen has got 35 caps, it's his 36th. has scored 9 goals so far for the Dutch team. So they're bringing him in to try and use that experience. Koopmeiners has been capped 10 times. He scored only 1 goal. He's a youngster at 24 for the side. Those are the 2 changes that have been made by Louis van Gaal. 2 midfielders in the game at the moment. Koopmeiners playing for Atalanta in Italy. Running it onto the left side, Ake trying to get his team back into possession and trying to get them into running the ball around to try and find spaces to use. Ultimately losing possession. It's a Senegalese side that are out trying to go on a break. Good one down the left side, coming off Idrissa Gueye. Still looking for a chance for a shot. Idrissa took a shot earlier on that was blocked off by the goalkeeper. This is trying to round the defense. So finding space. Gueye, the new substitute. Oh, look at the way they've moved it all the way back onto the left side. Now a final lob coming towards the box. Referee says, no, get up, nothing. Can't claim that you are being held. You're a free header there. Barake was firmly keeping him in control. Now, Gapco was firmly keeping him in control there. It's going to be a goal kick. 81 minutes, Charles. 0-0 here.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think?
We're looking forward to a moment of magic. Somebody must score. I mean, both teams have done well. What they need now is goal scoring.
Hoping that we will see that goal. We didn't want to use the word must score, but should score would sound much better in this situation. Tired legs also creeping into the game at the moment. And that little knock in that header suddenly sends 2 players off balance. And Papa Busi says the one who comes out worst of it. Well, they say statistics don't lie. And the turnover statistics will tell you that. Sent off the field of play. It's going to be a throw-in. It's going to be for Senegal. Well, a chance for a fast break here by the Dutch side. They hope to build it again from behind. A little interception still brings it into the center. There's some very big defenders on the Senegal side as well, Charles, and they're making sure that they're using their height and their reach to the best of advantage. This is in the net, and the flag has stayed down. And it's the man who was previously called to the Ghanaian national team and didn't turn up, Cody Gapco. How he beats the defense is another story altogether. By the time we were talking about the defenders being the tallest in that area, but Cody Gapco suddenly breaks their eyes in this one. Totally against the run of play as well. With the expectation having largely been on the Senegalese side, Gapco scores his debut goal in the FIFA World Cup. Here he is again, just goes over the defender, it goes over Mendy as well. Everybody leaving him thinking it's going to be offside. And that's a mistake that the defenders have made, Charles.
Yeah, it is. I think in situations like that, you must watch your immediate surrounding. And of course, I think Mendy as well also was late in anticipating when to come out.
Well, I think it's a good goal all the same. He doesn't hit it with the forehead, it hits the back of his head. He's facing the other side by the time that ball comes to him. So it defies everything else and goes into the net. Scoreline has changed at the Al Dumana Stadium in the 85th minute. It's Senegal 0 and Netherlands 1. Well, maybe now we will see some intensity as the Netherlands side will try to make sure that they do not concede a goal and win it by that margin, and Senegal will try to get a leveling goal. Change of play onto the right side. Very good control as well. And the shot is a weak one, but it almost catches the goalkeeper unawares as well. Not the best of shots, but then a goal is a goal anyway, and it's from a distance and it's on the left foot as well. It comes up Papgue. Well, the man from Marseille is suddenly almost changing things here. As Senegal now begin to press, they're looking for a corner, they get it as well. The Dutch team very wary of conceding in the very last moment, so they're making sure they're shutting out every person in the box. It is a man-to-man marking every time. Pushed a little bit too far out to try and get the leverage. This is picked up by Andres Norbert. The captain not very happy about the delivery. One of the most experienced men on the field. He's got 64 caps to his credit. Talking about Kalidou Koulibaly. The only person who's got more experience than him is Idrissa Gueye with 96 caps. And then Sheku Kouyaté, who was stretched off the field with 83 caps. Again, oh well, the Dutch side was almost breaking off with the ball. Still coming back to control it. Memphis Depay, one of the new substitutes. Getting it back and playing it all the way on the line to the midfield. Nice little turn by Frankie de Jong, beginning to enjoy himself a bit. Dali Blind. They'll get a touch off the feet of Youssef Sabali for a throw-in. The coaches are never happy if they conceded about this time.
Exactly. It's never good.
Never good.
You have little time to get organized and equalize.
This ball has already rolled off the field of play here. Do you know that man on the right side of Van Gaal?
David.
Edgar David.
Yeah.
In his day, one of the most adept left-footed players
Very strong
that
man.
you could find on the field.
Very, very strong.
And played for a little while with goggles on all the time in the field.
I think he is still on it.
It's going to be a throw-in. Physical here, everybody just challenging for the ball, especially with everybody now cognizant of the fact that there's only 1 minute to the end of regular time, so the challenges are getting more physical. Gone back all the way to the goalkeeper, Andres Norbert.
Carson will let it roll off the field and play for a throw-in. It's going to be for the Netherlands side.
We're going to be playing 8 minutes of added time. You could credit this to the fact that there was a little bit of a delay when Sheku Kouyaté was injured. That's good time in a game of football. A few are the ones who are looking to try and level the scores, but it's there's too much of time if you are the team that is leading and you want the game to end as quickly as possible. So those two variables then make it a very exciting 8 minutes that we'll be watching here. Quick cross coming off the feet of Bamba Dieng. Not a very good attempt at a shot towards goal. It's a little bit wasted if you ask me. Wasn't well timed, wasn't going to go on target. Comes off Ismail Jacobs. That looked like a very desperate shot, didn't it?
Yeah, I think he needed to be patient. Pass the ball to somebody else.
They're not in a hurry to take the throw-in now. You wouldn't be if you're the one who's leading. So
the annoying part of the game.
They would be in a hurry to take it.
For the losing team.
Yeah. But for the side that is leading at the moment, they really wouldn't want to take it as quickly as possible. They want to take their time. Kalidou Koulibaly plays it to Mendy, who then starts it on the right side for Senegal. Youssef Sabali. Very well cut off for a throw-in off the feet of Winston Johnson. Back into the midfield. Pies Mendy gets it back in the midfield, looking for options to use, leaves it to his captain Kalidou Koulibaly. Trying to go through the center. There's so many orange stockings waiting in defense. Can he go for an accurate shot? The header. It's carving on the outside. And then you've got to try and carve it on the inside. Again, from a difficult position, it doesn't work out. And Bamba Dieng loses his footing in the process as well. Wasn't very well poised to take it, was he?
No composure, you know.
Composure.
Yeah. It's truly, you can clearly see they're missing Mane.
You think Mane would have turned that one into a different thing?
That would have been a different story.
But look at the difference with which this one was executed. The header. I mean, just the composure and the, the solidity of it all. No losing of the footing there. Even as Gakpo is substituted, it's because he's already done his job. And we'll be given a chance to take a little rest. A yellow card as well comes out for Nampais Mendy. Wrong time to pick up a yellow card. They didn't need to. Game is almost coming to an end. No point in being extravagant here. Went too hard on that tackle. And Klaassen obviously felt it. You can see the foot buckling a bit even on the replay. Klaassen's back on his feet. So the game can go on again. referee says it's going to be retaken here. He knows that things are getting a little bit hard as Ton Kompmeiners was trying to get possession of that ball, but yet the referee had indicated clearly that it's going to Senegal. It's more of defending now. Getting very, very physical. Another yellow card going out here. And if that's to Idrissa Ganagay. Worried me a bit there. Yeah, it's to Idrissa, a yellow card.
The Dutch are just being smart because they're leading, and these are things to do somehow to waste time.
Well, they're certainly doing the right thing then. They're just trying to make sure that they stay in the game. Mendy was totally beaten in this one, didn't touch the ball after he came off the line, and his defenders had already left it, so it was backheaded, if you'd like to say that. Van Gaal going out to celebrate it. Cody Gakpo, the man who scores it in the 84th minute of the game. Well, this is off the field of play. It's going to be a throw-in. It's going to be for Senegal. The big question is how far can the African representatives go this time round in the FIFA World Cup. Time's quickly going by, especially for Senegal, with just a couple of seconds remaining in the added time. This would leave them in a very precarious situation in the group because they will have no goal and no point. And if you do remember, Qatar are in this group as well, together with Ecuador, aren't they?
Yes. Should the game come to an end and they still have a chance, the next coming matches?
Everybody has a chance in the next coming matches. The question is, who will be first on the log, and who will be second, and who will be third, and who will be fourth?
That's true.
Because everybody will have a chance. Cameroon in the last 8 in Italia in 1990. That's the best they did. The expectation was that they would do better. Oh, this one again in the net. It's all over for Senegal. Mendy comes out. Paris back into play. But then it's pushed back into the net by a very quick-footed man who gets onto the field. This will spell a difficult time for the Senegalese side as David Klaassen, a second-half substitute, the man who plays for Ajax as a midfielder, puts the ball in the net. It comes from the goalkeeper. No clearance there. It's a through ball. The shot goes towards the goalkeeper from the left foot. The goalkeeper parries it back, and Klaassen, with some very good precision on the left foot, puts the ball in the net. He was not closed out. He was not cut out at all, Charles.
Yes, it was clear. I mean, we saw how the Dutch ran very quick in terms of attacking, and the Depay also was also very clever. He waited a bit and then straight the goalkeeper. He couldn't get it. Then there was a finish because they were all following up in attack.
Well, Klaassen scores his 10th goal then for the Dutch side. He plays for Ajax, and that will completely change the mathematics here. Senegal will be at the bottom of the table for the group because of the goals that they have conceded. And they'll not be very happy to be on that side of the table. As the final whistle, Aliou Cisse knows that he's got to regroup his men. They lack leadership in the middle of the field. They really lack leadership in the way they were playing. Individually, they've got the skills.
ዳቪ ክላስና ኮዲ ጋክፖ ባስቆጠሯቸው ሁለት ግቦች ኔዘርላንድስ ሴኔጋልን 2-0 በሆነ ውጤት አሸነፈች።
But it's going to be a Herculean task now because they play Qatar on Friday, or their home crowd. They will need to get maximum points, maximum goals from that as well. At the same time, the Netherlands will be playing Ecuador later on at the Khalifa International Stadium. But that's Group A, and that's the way it is. What's your thought about the game so far?
Well, it's clear. I mean, Holland were better. They had their chances. They made use of it. They were clever in attacking. It's